Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Fox, and I just wanted to go over how to organize yourself a little bit. I think we're all feeling a little bit overwhelmed with all of the information that's out there and all of the assignments coming in. So, first things first, when you are looking at your Google Classroom homepage, you'll see anything that's due is already listed. So, for example, my 8th grade today has attendance that's due, and then they have an assignment that's due this Friday. You can click on any of these directly and it'll bring you right to that assignment. So anytime you want to click on anything, you can do it right from here. However, that's not really all that helpful when it comes to actually organizing yourself. When I was in graduate school, I did my entire program as a distance learning student. So the advice that I'm about to give you is not something that I think might work. I'm telling you exactly what worked for me. It may work for you, it may not. I'm just giving you some tips in the hopes that something is helpful. So I made myself a little daily schedule that basically said, okay, here's what I'm doing in the morning, here's what I'm doing midday, here's what I'm doing in the afternoon, and here's what I'm doing in the evening. That way you give yourself not only breaks during the day, but you also make it so that you're organizing what you're working on. So what I recommend is picking 3 morning tasks and 3 afternoon tasks. That way, you have 6 classes that you know you have topics you can work on. You already know how much time you're going to dedicate to them. Leave your evening for now, and midday, make sure you take at least 1 hour of a break to step away from the screen, step away from your classwork, maybe connect with the rest of your family and anybody else who is in your home at the moment. Maybe play with your dog, tease your cat, whatever you normally do. But take a break from the screen. And those of us who are gamers know that that's a really hard suggestion, especially because when we relax, that is what we do. The reason I'm telling you to take a break from the screen is because you're eventually going to start getting screen headaches from spending so much time on your screen. Once you figure out what classes you're going to be focused on, give yourself time limits. So I might say that I'm going to work on my theater arts assignment and I'm going to give myself between 10 o'clock to, let's say, 10:30 to get that done. At 10:30, if I'm not done, I'm going to move on to my next task, but at least I know what I'm working on and how long. Then I might work on my 8th grade library assignment between 10:30 and 11. And then I might work on my 3rd assignment, whatever that might be, we'll say 5th, 6th grade, between 11 o'clock and 11:30. Now, my big trick is that I don't actually make my midday break happen until noon. That way, if I say I'm going to be done by 11:30, I still have a half an hour buffer in case things go wrong, technology happens, what have you. But because we don't have bells going off to tell us to switch tasks, we're often so focused or bent on making sure that we get everything done, we're not taking care of ourselves. No matter what, take that midday break. Like I said, at least an hour. Then in the afternoon, you're going to do the same thing. Pick 3 classes, pick which tasks you're working on, and give yourself time limits. In the evening, start by planning your day for tomorrow, figuring out what you're going to work on first, second, third, all of those. Make sure you recharge a little bit with self-care. Self-care is not a reward, it's necessary, and self-care is something that makes you feel regenerated. And then also entertain yourself. If you have no idea how to do that because you've run out of all of your Netflix binge watching options, in the GFB library classroom, I have a whole lot of resources for you, and I have a running tab of internet activities that people are hosting. So if you're looking for something to do, that's where you can go. So that's my daily schedule. But at the bottom of this tab, I also have a weekly option. So on the side, I would put my classes, and then I would also mark what was due each day that week. So for theater arts, I would say I only have to check in for attendance here, and then Friday, our week 1 assignment is due. Do that for all of your classes. Excuse me. And that way you'll be able to keep track of where you need to check in, but also what you need to do for each one. So for example, if I also had an assignment that was due for theater arts in addition to attendance, I can also say something along those lines. This will help you keep track of what you need to do each day. And then what I recommend doing is, as you complete those tasks, just highlight them so you know that they're done. Just change the color, whatever color you want, doesn't really matter. So that's basically it. If you have any questions or concerns or problems, or if you're finding something difficult, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I am checking my email constantly. You can also leave me a message in Google Classroom. I'm checking that as well. I hope you're all doing well and that I get to see you sometime soon. Have a great day, everybody.